was just going to make this video in response to Jennifer's post on Facebook where Brian had put a post up about the liberals and everything, that are having a hard time with Trump as president-elect. But I wanted to respond, and I'm not a college graduate or anything, so I can't put the 1, 2, 3 ABC pinpoint all that, so it's easier for me to speak in person. But I understand you said that you always give people the benefit of the doubt. Well, I can relate to that, so do I. And that's why I think that we're having a, so far, open discussion. I know you, maybe not too well. You've helped me. I know you, your family. You said you would not believe a word out of his mouth because he's lied to everyone since the beginning, and he's been caught in his lies and continues to go on. You said mostly because he has the support of those who are naive and too trusting to see through him. Now, when we go to that point, I'm trying not to take that as an insult, because the people who voted for Trump or rooted for Trump or whatever are not all naive, and you didn't say stupid, but in other words, I think that's what it boils down to. See, some things that you say in your comments could really insinuate things that you will probably say later that you didn't mean to do that, but just pointing it out. So you said he's a con man, and all politicians are this too, that I might say that, and I do agree. All the politicians are con men to a point. And if you look at us personal human beings, we all have that sinful nature in us, just like Trump, just like politicians. So, I mean, when you're writing all this stuff and everything, it's almost like you're getting personal. It's like you're taking it too personal that Trump is president-elect. I see a lot of people out there that are, I believe, taking it too personal. I mean, I think there's a clash between you and Trump and the others in Trump that don't want Trump. I feel sorry for that, about that. I don't know. But you said you agree that there's a little bit of con in all of them, but he's already dividing this country into pieces with his Hitler-like antics. Now, I don't see him as Hitler. If you want to say he is, he hasn't proved that yet. I mean, you can talk about his cons and lies and study up and read all you have, and I've read too, and I don't see that. We can't give everybody the benefit of the doubt here, see? So you said you always give someone the benefit of the doubt, so you're going to have to take out the word always, because you don't always give somebody the benefit of the doubt. You said he would surprise you if our country comes out of this in one piece. We are not at war with our allies. Our country is not in or on the verge of a recession, let alone depression, after 4 years. Well, didn't we already go through that? So why would it be Trump's fault? Don't we already have a deficit that's in the billions? I mean, why would it be Trump's fault? Okay, so your reasons. He believes in outsourcing. Well, didn't Obama do that with China and stuff? I don't get this. So he won't be bringing jobs to the country? Yes, he will. He's going to bring them in another way, lowering the tax rate, trying from a different angle. Because when you've done something for so long, you've had the same Democratic type party people in for so long, you do the same thing every time, you're going to get the same results. So here, he's going to try a different thing. If you want to say tactic, whatever. I don't believe it's a tactic. I believe it's for the people. But outsourcing. Okay, so he won't be bringing in jobs. He believes in himself. Well, don't we all need to try to believe in ourselves? Isn't that what we should do? Because when I listen to what you say, it puts a little weird thing in me that maybe I shouldn't believe in myself. So shouldn't I believe in myself because I'm a rich man and I'm a con man, and so I shouldn't believe in myself because I have those qualities? I'm confused here, really. So he believes in himself, and he's out for himself, and he wants to make more money for himself. Well, which one of us in this world would you say that wouldn't want more money for herself, or want better health care, or want anything? I mean, who would just not want to, what? I mean, I'm confused here. I really am. I don't get the point. And he doesn't care about the little guy. Well, did we give him a chance yet to see if he did care about the little guy, or are we only going by what CNN, MSNBC, and all those, other news stations say? If you try to listen to Fox News, Fox Business, and it's a lot different, believe me. I've watched the CNN, MSNBC. They're all against him, so you're going to hear one-sided. You need to watch both sides. They say that you need to know both sides of Jesus in order to completely know him. I think we're all getting to that point, and I think this election is going to bring that on. So your proof, he's already talking about taking care of Medicare, Medicaid, blah, blah. Okay, and you've personally seen the benefits of the people, patients that can't afford health care. Well, then I think you could understand me that I've suffered with an autistic son and a boyfriend that of 24 years that we've suffered without medical, and I've had to work a newspaper route and other jobs on the side at the same time, to where I was working like 12, 16 hours a day. My health deteriorated just to pay for those prescriptions. I mean, I am this person that you're talking about. So why aren't I seeing that he's a bad guy, Trump? I'm confused here. So they've never had insurance and this and that and multiple, diagnoses. Yes, we have those in our family right now. And it doesn't take somebody who works in a pharmacy or a rocket scientist or a doctor or somebody who works in some high position to see this. If you see the anger on my face, it's actually anger, frustration, not understanding where you're coming from. And I think a personal video would let you see, more than writing. And plus, too, I want to quick respond to you so others don't think that, yeah, whatever. Okay, so they didn't have insurance and stuff, and it's a decision between their antibiotic, their insulin, their seizure meds, or their dinner. Well, I gotta tell you what, I have been going to the food bank now. We have suffered without food for more than 2 years. I mean, I know of 2 years for sure, but if I look back, I'm talking 5 or 6. And we don't get food stamps because my $200 a week newspaper route job, the reason why I have that, which now I don't, but reason why I did, is because it would fit in so I could take care of my son and my boyfriend at the same time and work nights, midnights, and then in the day also. And I had to pick between what to pay for. Our son's antipsychotic, without having these insurance for 8 months because they just decided to drop him off, was $120 just for one pill. Before, if they wouldn't have lowered the price, his antipsychotic Geodon used to be $750. Now, do you think that I could afford that on my newspaper route job? I didn't. That's why we're suffering. That's why there's a hole in the roof right now. That's why we are in foreclosure. That's why I'm losing my van. I've tried everything I could, so I understand where you're coming from. I don't have to be in a job like, say, you are seeming to come from to realize these things. I am living it. I don't think the family understands this. I've never been able to go to college. I've never been able to do anything like that. I had to make a choice between taking care of my disabled autistic son and now boyfriend, or going to college or making money for myself. I've had to sacrifice and put myself out. People need to know this. I'm hoping for Trump to put change. And he is a businessman that he can come at different angles. Can you give him a chance? Okay, with the Medicare Part D and all this stuff, I already went through this with my family. My mom had non-Hodgkin lymphoma cancer. She's dead now. And I've dealt with all this. And before that, when my grandma passed away, her prescriptions each month, she would get, I don't even know if it was $900 a month Social Security or what, because she was like 70-something years old. And all of her money went for her prescriptions. They were exactly the amount of what she got on her Social Security. She had to live with my mother and father her whole life. And they paid for electric, rent, all this. She paid for her scripts and her life insurance. Thank God for the life insurance. She had a little, not a lot. But okay, so if you're saying he wants to take away the fundings, he already talks about replacing it. If you hear he's going to take it away, he will replace it with a better option. Can't we have faith in this? Obama and the people before Obama have screwed it up already. And so now Trump gets in and we're going to blame Trump. That don't seem like giving somebody the benefit of the doubt. I'm sorry. His cabinet's full of businessmen, billionaires, let's see, big corporate, and they paid money to be in those positions. Couldn't you ever see someone changing their opinion on something and saying that, well, maybe he was right? Because maybe that's what these people are doing. Maybe when the truth came out about Hillary and all the lies and schemes that she's pulling, and then the Benghazi and all this, maybe people changed their minds. People are allowed to do what they want. I hope you know this. And people need to do what they need to do. That's another thing. All right, so a selection of Ben Carson, a man who despised him a year ago, and all of a sudden it's a 180 and he's promised a position, all this stuff. Okay, so you just think that this is all just some joke, like a comedian on what? Well, I hope we do see some good things. We've already been in a recession and stuff, so I don't even know. I've lost a house already, went in foreclosure. I'm losing another one. I've lost a mobile home. I've had 2 repos in a car between the two of us. I can't afford health care. I can't, they wanted for Obama. I had to get my car towed like 2 months ago, and the guy says, he's a tow truck driver, and he says, I can't afford the Obamacare. He says, what we were doing was we'd put my wife on for a year, we'd pay for her, and then we'd take her off. She would have no medical, then we would put me on, and I would do my stuff. He said, but it's now to a point where we cannot afford Obama health care. I was just online the other day. If you look on my wall, Matt Slick from carm.org, he's a Calvinist, but 5-point Calvinist, which we don't believe in that, but he's still a great teacher. So, I shouldn't believe in someone because they don't teach what I believe in the system part about it. No, he's working for God is what he's doing. Some of his ideas I don't, not his ideas, his systems I don't agree with. 5-point Calvinism, I'm not like that. Maybe 1-point Calvinism, but anyway, wouldn't you rather have a businessman that could try a new angle, a new way? I mean, I'm not understanding this. The economy has already been bad. I just don't get this, what you're saying to me. You said you won't even get started with the ties in Russia and all this, and they have a dictator. I don't know. They seem to be doing pretty well to me amongst themselves. And if we're supposed to be at peace with everyone as far as it's up to us, we need to try to do that. We don't need to start a war right now. And if you would go on to the Christian or the church things on YouTube and the pastors, you'll see from even another side. So I can give you some names and posts and stuff, links. I really think you should check this out, along with a lot of other people, so you won't get started and all this stuff. And I hope, you said, I hope everything I'm fearing, and that's a problem there. We are not to fear anybody but the Lord. Okay, so sure, I fear too, but I've dealt with many narcissistic in my own family, my father, my brother. I've dealt with a lot of this stuff. I've seen this so deeply that if some of you talk to me, you will say, I can't even believe what you are telling me. I'm gonna try to stress that here, how deep it was. So how come I'm not sensing that in Trump? I hope you get over your fear too, and I hope that he does come through in the next 4 years, but and we come out unscathed, how you write that? Aren't we already? I hope the family watches this video. I hope that they can come to a different understanding. Now, if I'm talking about myself in here, compared to Trump or whatever, or Hillary, see, nobody's mentioning Hillary right now. And I believe that is the problem, that your candidate didn't win. And it's personal. So now when I put something up, or somebody in my family puts something up, yeah, it's getting personal. Now, we can either hide our feelings, or we can say our feelings respectfully. If I've been disrespectful here, I'm sorry. Please show me where I was. I've had helped a lot of people with food and everything else. I would bring a lady bread every day. I've helped my aunt and uncle and everything in their hard times of losing their homes. I've give money to people on the street, not a lot because I can't do that myself. But for the day, yes, I've done this. I have seen the lines. I have seen the lines at the doctors. I've been in the lines of not having medical. I've had to make decisions of eating or paying for an antipsychotic for my son so he can continue to go to school, and them not calling me like they did that he's almost wiped out 3 computers that I'm going to have to pay for. Well, there you go. I got to buy a script then, don't I? And guess what? We aren't eating. And that's how it's been. We aren't eating. We haven't been eating. I am tired. I work my ass off all the time. We are in foreclosure. Our roof has been leaking for close to 5 years. I think I'm ready for a change, yes. If somebody can bring me a different way to go and a hopeful feeling, then that's who I'm going with. And I'm sorry for all the people who couldn't have, Hillary didn't win. I'm sorry. But you know what? You're really making it personal. You're really affecting people with the rants and the protest and the... God, I mean, can you just deal with it already? Can you just leave us alone? Yes, let's see what happens, and I hope your fears go away. I've lived through much fear. I had to go through David Jeremiah session on fear, the 12, what's it called, steps to overcome the 12 giants. Try that, David Jeremiah, the 12 giants. I think about in the Bible, the giants, they went into land and they're like, oh, they're too big, we can't win. There's so much stuff. And the thing is, and here's the ending I want to say, it's not about you, it's not about me, it's not about Trump, it's not about Hillary, it's not about Bernie Sanders, Ben Carson, Obama, nothing. You know who this is about? It's about God. That's who it's about. Jesus Christ is our Lord. We follow him. There's been many church shows that say you can't pick. There isn't one good and one bad on the running for the president. You pick the lesser of the 2 evils, just like you do. You're either eating or you're buying your prescription. Pick the lesser of the 2 evils. But the problem is, the whole world's evil. That's what people aren't seeing. So who cares if Trump has big corporate, this money billionaire? Who cares? We're all sinners. Let's see what happens. I'll pray for you. Pray for me too. I don't know. Pray for me to see the other side, that Hillary should have won. Or pray for me to see that Trump isn't good enough. Who is good enough? In the Bible, somebody had told Jesus, you are so good. He says, why do you call me good? Just check it out. I can get the verses for you. I made the video instead. I can't put the ABC, 1, 2, 3, this and that. I got so many things going on in my life. I don't have a good house. I don't have anything. I don't have any money. I'm worried about how I'm going to get food this week because the food bank is closed. So God bless you. Have a Merry Christmas. I hope everything works out for everybody. And they're happy. They're loved. All big hugs to you. Seriously. Huge hugs. I can't get out and travel and go to Frankenmuth and different states and stuff. I can't do that. I've never been able to do that. For one, because the car don't even work right. That's always been an issue. Either that's repoed or whatever. I can't. I got to choose between paying for my son's prescriptions or going on vacation. And that's all I'm going to say. Thanks for not causing the problem, I guess. Not using sarcasm. If you're trying to prove something to me, it isn't going to change my mind. And what I see here is I hope you can get over your fear. Because I feel fine. I've already lived in crap and shit, and it's bad. I need a change. So, thank you. Have a good day. God bless you.